Hoosiers encouraged to take control of their health. It's all part of the 37th annual Indiana Black and Minority Health Fair, which begins today. WRTV's Nico Panisi live at the Indiana Convention Center with all the details. And Nico, I've been there. You can get everything: your blood pressure, heart screening, body weight, the things you don't want to hear about, but it's all free.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet here right now, but as you can see, there's a bunch of booths behind me. It's going to be filled with more than 10,000 people. Actually, in years past, prior to the pandemic, there were around 14,000 attendees. Now, that number dipped in 2020, but they're expecting it to increase here this weekend at the Indiana Convention Center.
Right now, some families in central Indiana have to decide whether to put food on the table or pay for life-saving medication. Antoinette Holt says that's especially true for Hoosiers of color.
Disparities are higher amongst racial and ethnic minorities. People of color or disparate populations are things that are experiencing higher death rates, higher incidence of heart disease, diabetes, stroke, cancer.
That's why for the past 37 years, the Indiana Department of Health has hosted its annual Black and Minority Health Fair. From Thursday to Sunday, people who attend can get access to much-needed screenings for cholesterol, diabetes, blood pressure, HIV, hepatitis C, hearing, and more. Holt is the director of the Office of Minority Health at IDOH and says the health fair will also focus on education.
Social Security can be here and answer your questions about what do I do in my next stage of life. You can have a different services as far as insurance if you're not covered. Then you can find out in regards to, like, even the panel, palliative care. What do you do at that end stage of life, or you have a loved one, or you're a caregiver?
Pastor David Green Sr. with Purpose of Life Ministry says it's important that Black and other minority groups are knowledgeable about what they're at risk for. That way they can make better informed decisions.
A lot of it's lack of access to quality health care. We're also impacted in terms of income, so then when you have less income, you don't have insurance.
Pastor Green will speak at the opening ceremony on Thursday. During his speech, he'll be challenging the stigma around mental health in the faith-based and Black communities. Pastor Green says these communities often feel shame or fear when discussing mental health, and he encourages them to take action for their well-being.
It's time to take care of yourself. I mean, I think that in anything, it starts with you taking care of you. If you don't take care of you, then you won't be able to take care of others.
A main focus of the fair is to provide access to this health care to folks who may not otherwise have it. That's why the Indiana Department of Health is providing free transportation this Sunday. Pickup will be at the Global Welcome Center. That address is 4233 Lafayette Road, and those pickup times are 1 p.m. and 3 p.m., and they'll return from the Indiana Convention Center at 3:15 and 5 p.m. Reporting live, Nico Panisi, WRTV.